I always wanted to see a movie about the POWs that were my POW'S and POW'S. That was so dumb.
I'm so wasted.
I'm sponsored by God.
Stalag 17, directed by Billy Wilder and starring William Holden, Don Taylor, Otto Preminger, and a bunch of other people, is a World War II movie about the POWs. It's an old one. An old movie. So why are you talking about it, Carter? Because it's about history, and I like history, so... yeah, that's why I'm talking about it. Actually, the real reason I watched this movie is because my uncle recommended it to me, and so I watched it, and I was like, well, why don't I just shoot a little review for it? And so that's what I'm doing right now. So Stalag 17 is about a bunch of prisoners of war back during World War II, Americans prisoners of war, who are being kept in Stalag 17, which is a German or Nazi concentration camp for POWs, and it's about this one barrack that... it's full of these POWs who are trying to figure out an escape plan and figure out who is the spy in their barrack that is giving, who is thwarting all of their plans. It is considered a classic World War II movie on POWs, and, well, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about the things I liked. William Holden in this movie is a really cool, he's definitely the coolest character in this movie. He is charismatic for sure. He dresses really cool, and his character, he's a guy throughout the movie who is accused of being the rat, and just his whole character arc I thought was very cool, and I just wanted to be cool like him, and so I'm gonna maybe get a haircut sometime. That's a joke. That's not gonna happen. Also, Sig Rumen was a very funny Nazi officer. He was just really funny in this movie. And, yeah, he was just... I liked him. I liked him a lot. And, you know, now a lot of people in the comment section are going to say, wow, Carter Brown likes Nazis. Not true! And a lot of the other performances were pretty good, but, well, not all of them were that good. But, you know, overall, I enjoyed... I thought the acting was pretty well. It was okay in this movie, but there were some standouts. And William Holden and Sig Rumen were the two that I really loved. I realized I just held up 4 fingers. Now, I really liked the story in this movie. I thought the whole concept of there's a rat in our barracks, we're trying to figure out who he is, and you know, people being falsely accused, and they're trying to build an escape plan. I thought that was all very fascinating, very enthralling. I was into the movie the whole time. I was trying to figure out who it was, and the movie threw me for a whirl, and I thought that I knew who it was towards the beginning, as far as who the actual rat was. I was wrong, but so you know, that's a testament to the movie. That's definitely a good thing. And I was impressed by it. I also thought there were some pretty good scenes of suspense in this movie, especially towards the end. I thought were very impressive. I definitely had a few knots in my stomach that I had to untie after I watched the movie. There are some really great bits of humor in here. There's like a whole scene where the barracks, the main barrack that is this kind of center of the movie, they are told that they have to read Mein Kampf to each other and kind of just, you know, kind of live and breathe it, and so to mock the Nazi generals, one of them, they all put on Nazi or Hitler mustaches, and one of them's like reading Mein Kampf to them, and the Nazi officers walk in, and they're acting like a bunch of indoctrinated schoolboys who just keep on interrupting the Nazi officers by going, Heil Hitler! Heil Hitler! That was probably for me, one of the funniest things in the movie. Now, for the negatives of this film, I've got to say, this movie really tries its best to be funny, and yes, there were some funny jokes in here, definitely, but the movie is, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a war drama / comedy, a dramedy. I don't think it really, at least nowadays in 2018, I think the humor is a bit dated. I think maybe back in the 50s when this movie was made, it fit pretty well. But now I think the humor is pretty dated, and some of the performers who are trying to be funny in this movie, I don't think they did a very good job. I thought the guy who played Animal in this movie, I thought he was I just thought he was a little over the top, little slapstick. I wasn't a huge fan. Also, the movie felt very long, and it wasn't boring, but it felt stretched. It felt like I was sitting there watching that movie for a long time. So overall, would I recommend the movie? I think if you've got nothing else to do, I think it's a good movie to watch. I think that I think it's worth watching if you're doing maybe some research on World War II and you want to see what kind of films were made and that sort of thing. But honestly, it's not a movie that I would recommend that you just go out and pick up and be excited for, because I really do think it's a bit dated. I don't think it's one of those great war films that you got to go out and see. And so Stalag 17, I am going to give it a B-. So tell me, have you seen Stalag 17? If so, comment below and tell me what you thought of it. And as always, if you liked this video, please like it and subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. And never forget to be